The past 3 years, I think I genuinely forgot who I was. For 3 years, I didn't touch YouTube. For 3 years, I didn't touch my sneaker business. Even though these 3 years have been the most life changing years that I've experienced so far, there's still things that I look back in, especially knowing that I was in a 2 year relationship. Imagining what things could have been if I was still selling sneakers and still on YouTube and just figuring it out. Because I think when I left, I had my reason to focus on work and focusing on school and learning about the elements of investing. But all those things were very systematic. I can't even say that like I genuinely had fun in those years. I mean, it's something that I did, it's something that I needed to do, but and sometimes not every year is supposed to be fun. Okay, I agree. I think people that have ambition have to sacrifice some time to be able to get to where they want to be. Right? That's just what we have to do. Like, you think LeBron had fun every single time he went to practice? No. I think it's less about fun, but I think it's the lack of creativity. I think with business, it allows you to think outside the box. I think, especially with YouTube, like I look at YouTube as a creative. I look at it as something that, either you extract it from your mind or you share a social experience with people on YouTube, like with viewers or with an audience, with your audience. Like those are things that are enjoyable. And obviously it can be fun, right? I would think so. I would hope so. Right? But I think like abandoning those things, I think that's probably one of the I mean, I can't like I said, I can't necessarily regret the past 3 years, but I think that I just couldn't imagine who I could have been if I didn't abandon my creativity. Because I was basically a robot. I was a machine. Like I was working 60 hours a week in school, very passionate about investing. Right now it's just a habit. It's just a thing I do. But I think when we're talking about creativity, and once again, like I'm definitely a systematic person, but it's like me discovering about a Google Calendar. I never thought about that, right? That's something that I just never put to mind, right? And right, I easily could have streamed for at least a day, at least an hour or something, right? Like I could have done more. I could have done more. I just could have figured things out. But maybe I just needed that time away to really get myself together because the things I've learned is a part of me now, 100%. And I can't shake it off, right? It's something that's embedded in me. But I think that we have to remind ourselves who we are. We have to do the things that we always done, whether we're single or in a relationship. Of course, relationship is a big deal, but I don't think she was in my way. I think that I was in my own way, right? I think there's things that I could have simply kept doing, whether single or in a relationship. Of course, we're not talking about things that are, a bit, in the gray area of what you should be doing or not, you know, more things of just like, just like when I was single, like I went to the movies by myself, right? Movies I really wanted to see, like I just wanted to go by myself. Just go. The world demands that you pretty much be systematic. The world demands for you to keep going to work and keep going to work. And I'm not talking necessarily about just going to the club but something that like makes you imagine things, that creates imagination. Like yes, the club is an escape, and I don't think I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm more talking about things that cause you to think outside the box, to get your mind going. Because when things are systematic, it's already put in place. Your mind doesn't have to really do much. You're on autopilot. But when you're creative, it's you're really using your brain. You know what I'm saying? I think those are things that make things so interesting. If I can add some value to someone's life by making these videos and even on stream, it feels good, on stream to be funny and all these things, but being serious for a minute and really kind of, I guess have y'all and have myself pick my brain. I think creativity needs to be something that we all should have. because it gets us to really think outside the box. I love business and planning things and all that, but I think being systematic causes you to not think about the present so much. It's always about the next thing, but it's like, what are you doing right now? Like, it's not just about hanging out with friends for an hour. Like, we're just gonna plan hanging out with friends for an hour, but then we gotta no, like, experience that moment, experience that time with your friends, right? Because, when we get older, as y'all know, like, you've seen the memes, like, when we get older, people start having kids and people start, going their own way, even though it has nothing to deal with you, but they're having their own lives. And so having those memories and all those stuff, that's the things that count. The main message here is that don't forget yourself, regardless of your circumstance, regardless of a relationship or a heartbreak, whatever. Like, do not forget yourself. For us to remain okay, like, we have to retreat to ourselves and heal or recover whatever you're dealing with. But we can't forget about the things that make us feel fulfilled and makes us think outside the box and make us, vulnerable in a way. And it doesn't have to be with someone, just with yourself. Right? And so I think those are the things that are really important. I think those are the things that get us to where we want to get to. Because I always hated this notion or this stigma that, entrepreneurs they just don't have fun, or they don't, like, all they think about is work and money, blah 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 blah. Like, I don't believe that whatsoever. I just think there's no reason for them to talk about it. I mean, if they're trying to, get other people to be successful, like, there's really no reason for them to bring that stuff up. But I think they do have their fun. So we have to just find that it is not about balance. It's just simply finding some space in between to get our minds running. Being a hamster on the wheel is never a good thing. And so we just need to expand our minds. Expand our minds, think, have these type of discussions with close ones. All those things causes us to think better and to be more logical and to be more vulnerable and also make us even more interesting. Right? So I think these are the things that we should think about. But it's already 16 minutes, so let me know what y'all think. Have you forgot yourself at a certain point? Or do you think you're on par? Do you think you are very confident about who you are and what you do? But I think even then, there's always new things to try. There's always new things to do. Even though you're confident about yourself and you're okay with yourself, which I'm in that boat, but I do believe that there's things that we still should try and that we should still give a chance, because it's never going to hurt to do one thing one time. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I'll meet y'all down there. I'll see you on the next one, man.